regarding the overall violence that is going on with transgender. Transgenders from the very beginning have been a violent group. Transgenders have been extremely violent. This is a threat. This is a threat to all of us. Anybody who doesn't understand what this is about. Several years ago, when a teacher stepped forward and said, "I can't tell my students something I don't believe in. That's immoral. That's wrong. There are only two genders, male and female." Public advocate, our team here, everyone connected, all volunteers, about approximately 25 of us marched forward immediately in support of this gentleman who went before the school board and said, "I can't support a policy." At the time, it was just being discussed. School board immediately responded by firing this teacher. Public advocate hosted the first demonstration in support of a teacher wrongfully fired by a corrupt school board. We went to the school administration building. We had giant signs that said that child sex changes is child abuse, is butchery. This was immediately embraced by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. I go back to that day and I say it was immediately corrected by a judge that a teacher had been wrongfully fired, and the judge was restored. You would think that that would be enough for them to admit that they were wrong. But no, it began 3 years of intense effort by Public Advocate and this team to fight the transgenders. We'll go back to that issue. It was years ago that an incident occurred, of violence. This is what Public Advocate has been warning about. Audrey Hall, a 28-year-old woman, which was not a woman, it was a transgender, attacked a school and killed 3 adults, 3 children. We warned about that. 3 young children and 3 adults at Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee. We warned in a national message. A hate-filled zealot attacked the Tennessee Christian school that the transgender once attended. Audrey Hale, a 28-year-old transgender, murdered. We warned about the Day of Vengeance, Trans Day of Vengeance, in a national mailing. We said, this is a call to arms. This is a call to violence, embraced by the trans lobby. And we warned the world in advance that something like this would occur. Increasingly, in recent days, we see violence in Utah with a trans person attacking the mayor of mayor of a town in Utah, simply because he stated on the record that he's happily married to his wife and that he's going to, correct some of the lies being spread by the mother of the trans attacker. So the trans attacker took it personal that the mayor in a public meeting was simply defending his marriage and his benevolent nature, and the trans attacked with violence. The other attacks that have occurred, we have a young student being beaten in Washington, state of Washington, beaten. This is a viral video that reached over 1 million people on Friday. Again, blatant violence, and the school district superintendent is adamant that they will not correct their policy. Their policy is no zero violence, no zero tolerance. That is, they don't have a policy to defend against this violence. They are going to tolerate transgenders. They're going to force transgenders, men, into women's bathrooms. And when these same men beat up little girls, they're going to suck that up too. They're going to say that's okay. And they're resentful. The superintendent of the school district in the state of Washington is resentful that groups like Public Advocate and others, libs of TikTok and on, have found out that there's open season. In fact, one social media platform removed our video reporting this on Friday and then realized their mistake, that we're just simply reporting a crime as it happened. This alleged crime of this man beating up this little girl in a public school. And the superintendent is strident and has lately, in the last 24 hours, responded saying, we're going to allow this. We resent people from the outside having an opinion about how we are engaging transgender. This is ridiculous. We have been warning for years that you cross this line of embracing confusion, gender changing, butchery of children, and this creates a false narrative. Transgenders are, by their nature, doing violence to themselves. Transgenders, by their nature, cause confusion and the frustration. We have the new movement now as a result of all this butchery. We have detransition, and detransitioners are the future of salvation for all of this garbage. But why have to detransition? Why not have the transgender surgery in the first? So this is all being assisted by these corrupt school officials. And part of that is our own Loudoun County, where we have a school official convicted of lying about a teacher that stood up. A teacher stood up and said, another teacher said, there's abuse going on. I'm witnessing abuse, sexual attacks for weeks on end. And the teacher goes to a school board meeting, and like the situation involving the rape victim in Loudoun County, the school board locks arms and tries to cover it up and fires this teacher. The superintendent was found guilty in a criminal trial last week of covering up this crime, this abuse. So there was an actual justice brought to the superintendent, who faces 12 months in prison for a very serious crime of covering up another crime. He was also charged with lying to the public about the rape. Well, guess what? Fairfax County has 20 lawsuits right now where Asian students have been discriminated against. And the school district in Fairfax County, right next door to Loudoun, has been violating the rights of 20 students at Thomas Jefferson High School. So the Attorney General announced yesterday they are investigating that. The Attorney General, I salute him. Jason Miyares is engaged, and the governor is engaged. There will be lawsuits, and I'll say that here now. There will be Fairfax. There are civil lawsuits, and there will be civil lawsuits in Suffolk City. There will be not a lack of interest on our part or conviction that there will be investigations, and there is support from the Attorney General of Virginia. So we're going to stay vigilant. These are things that take time, but we have put the effort in. Our staff to be thanked for this. Our volunteers are to be thanked for this. And we'll stay vigilant on that.